Satyagumavamahe kavim kavinam upamasravastamam Jyestarajam brahmam brahmaspata anusrivanuti Shri Saranam Om Om Om. Hi, welcome to what is the third in a series working with the sixth chakra. Approaching the chakras, spending a month on each one, is based around a book called Kundalini Tantra that's put out by Yoga Publications Trust, the Bihar School in India. And interestingly, the first chakra that's worked with is Ajna chakra, the sixth chakra. And the idea behind that is that there may be troublesome encounters, there may be memories, emotions, different things that we have to process through, insights that may be saddening as we work through the lower five chakras. And that by starting with the sixth chakra, we have put ourselves in a place to be more insightful, to be able to be aware of truth amidst a mass of noise and chaos. And maybe that's even our own internal chaos. The sixth chakra, working with Ajna chakra, activating or awakening this aspect of ourselves, is a theme that you can find throughout just about any transcendent, spiritual, mind-altering, religious or lay practice. I will go ahead and say, let's see, we're going to spend 3 minutes as much upside down as we can get today. So if you know you like to have a bolster or a pillow to rest your hips on for that, go ahead and get that. One of the things that inspired me for today were the whirling dervishes that are, they are Sufis within the Islamic tradition, and they use spinning as a way to connect with the divine. They believe that it's a way to transcend the ego, physical self, and connect with the spiritual, universal self. The practice, they actually do it prior to meditation. And if you start looking around, you will see practices that use bowing or spinning or rotation of the head in order to enhance getting to that sort of trance-like state, that connected state. So we're going to use a few different things today, inspired by physical movements we can make that impact our ability to feel that transcendent state. All right, so hopefully you've had enough time to grab your props, and we'll go ahead and tune in. So you want to get a stable seat. Feel like you have an internal switch that you can flip, and it disconnects you from all of the stuff that's going on outside of yourself. And perhaps that switch turns on an internal light so that you're able to see and be aware of what's going on inside of yourself with clarity. Good. We'll chant Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. And we'll take a deep inhale to start. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Namo Guru Deva Namo. Good. And now inhale and simultaneously engage on a physical and or an energetic level the pelvic floor. If you're feeling this on a physical level, you'll feel your low belly draw in, you'll feel your sits bones draw towards each other. Good, and then exhale. If you're doing Mulband on an energetic level, it'll feel like, a weighted fishing lure is all the way down near the base of your body, an inch or two deeper inside of your body from the base, and that there's a line that takes it all the way to the top of your head, and that you're able to draw up on that lure, or you might want to feel like it's a plug and you're drawing up and containing energy with that. All right, let's start with some good old warm-ups. If you can sit on your knees for some spinal flex, and if you can't, then just stay cross-legged. Inhale, arch the spine forward. Exhale, round the spine back. Inhale, forward, exhale, back. All right, excellent. And now we're going to inhale, make your spine long, and either working with the physical or the energetic aspect of Mulband, engage energetically or physically the base of your pelvis so that you are containing energy in your body. Good. Okay. A couple more general warm-ups. So we'll do stretch pose. Come onto your back. You'll be doing breath of fire with your legs up off the ground. Pick a level that you can feel like your low back is a-okay. So you shouldn't feel any discomfort in your low back, and your belly should feel like it's doing at least as much work, if not more, as the back of your body. If you can, take your head up as well. Maybe you need to support your head. Gaze towards your big toes and breath of fire. Good, inhale. Do that same practice where you contain energy in your body, contracting the pelvic floor, relax down. Okay, we're going to repeat our stretch pose. Go ahead and come up. And inhale. When you squeeze the pelvic floor, imagine you've got your little coiled Kundalini serpent snake. You're waking it up and you're pointing it up the spinal column. And then relax down. Great. Bend one knee, push down with that foot, and roll over. Let's just do a little more spinal warm-up, sort of like mini cobra push-ups. So put your hands at around the level of your chest if you know you have a very flexible spine. And if you know that your spine is either in general less flexible or just less flexible right now, move your hands further up towards your head. Lengthen your tailbone towards your feet. It'll almost feel like you're scooping your belly towards your spine. Good. And then inhale, we'll push ourselves up with the strength of our arms. Lower ourselves back down. Really feel and concentrate on your brow point touching the ground each time you come down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. When you come up, you can also roll your eyes up into Shambhavi Mudra like you're looking towards your own brow center or your own hairline. Right now, we're really thinking about this version of little baby cobra push-ups as a way to warm up your spine. Doing your best to have the arms do the majority of the work. Taking your eyes up into Shambhavi Mudra each time you reach the peak of coming up. You can also take your tongue into Kachari Mudra at the soft palate. And now each time that you come up, inhale up and then hold, pause for a second, feel like you've got a laser beam that shoots out of the spot in between your eyebrows, Brahmadya. Exhale down. Feel that same spot in between your eyebrows, called Brahmadya in Sanskrit. Feel that touch the ground. Inhale. That spot shoots a laser beam towards the sky. Exhale down. Feel it touch the floor. Great. The next time you come up, stabilize yourself so that you can stay up. Keep the eyes gazing towards the brow point. In fact, if you're having a hard time noticing where your brow point is, press on it a little bit so you can really have a proprioceptive sense of where that is. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Engage your belly as much as you need to so there's no discomfort in your low back. Good. And we're going to focus on the center of our head. If you have a hard time with that, then just stay focused at the spot in between your eyebrows. Turn your head as far as you can to look over your left shoulder. Inhale to center. Look as far as you can over the right shoulder. Inhale to center. If working with a mental mantra, a mental chant helps you or enhances this for you, then you can do that. You might just pick the sound of your breath, so hum, or you may pick om, 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 om. Good, and then come to center. Engage the muscles of the pelvic floor, or contain the energy of the pelvic floor. Draw it up the spine. Roll the eyes up. Press the tongue up into the soft palate. Stay for as long as it's comfortable to hold your breath, and then roll your spine down. Have your attention be at your brow point, where the weight of your head is gently pressing it into the floor. Put your hands on either side of your body and slowly push yourself back into whatever version of child pose works for you. Big toes touching, knees either wide apart or close together. If you like, you can have a cushion underneath your body to make it more comfortable. But whatever position you end up in, you want to make sure that Bhrumaja, that brow center spot, is in contact with the floor, or perhaps with the backs of your hands, a block or a book, if you need that to allow your spine might not be quite flexible enough for your forehead to reach the floor. There we go. If you like, you can wrap your hands around the soles of your feet, in like the starting position for rabbit pose, hare pose. Work with the discipline of your mind here, keeping your focus continually drawn back to where the third eye spot, Bhrumaja, is pressing into the ground. We'll start a breathing technique now. It's simple visualization. You're going to feel your breath move from the nostrils up to the third eye spot. And we do this fairly often, alternating nostrils. But today, feel like you're moving the breath through both nostrils from the tip of the nose to Bhrumaja. So there is a correspondence between the tip of the nose and the third eye spot and the first chakra and the spinal column. So as you're breathing in, feel like you're drawing the breath from the tip of the nose to the brow point, and that corresponds to drawing the breath from the first chakra, the base of the spine, all the way up to the center of the head. Exhale, and it descends back down, in and out. Working with the discipline of your mind. Every time your focus drifts away, draw it back to the breath, focusing on it going from the tip of the nose to the brow point as you inhale, and then back out as you exhale. just another minute or so. Some other names for the sixth chakra are the divine eye, the eye of knowledge. As we work with this area, we're accessing insight into the underlying nature of existence. That helps us to be able to find perspective and what is true in the midst of the chaos of external stimulus. All right, now go ahead and roll your spine up. Give yourself a second to have your blood pressure normalize. And then we're going to do a few things standing up. So when you're ready, go ahead and come up to standing. For a couple of these, it's great to have something that you can gaze at that's fixed. It's at the level of your forehead. For the first one, we're simply just going to come up onto our toes. You want to have as much pressure as you can on your two big toes pressing into the ground. Probably to do that, you need to squeeze your ankles towards each other. So we're going to have a few things here where we start to work on disciplining our visual focus. Do your best to start to lock your eyes into whatever you're gazing at. Work with reducing the amount that you need to blink. And then again, you can use the idea that you're seeing with your third eye rather than your two physical eyes. It feels a little bit more like a laser focus as you see from deeper inside of your head than just the external eyes. And you might even feel this sort of piercing laser move right out of your brow spot. All right, great. Go ahead and drop down onto your feet. Put your thumbs inside your hands. Wrap your fists around your thumbs and squeeze them tight. And we're going to take our head back to wherever is comfortable so that you can gaze towards the ceiling. Go ahead and let your shoulders stay back and broad. We'll do breath of fire here. Gazing towards the ceiling, feeling like you're gazing with your third eye from a spot deeper inside of your head, directly behind your brow spot. Doing your best not to blink. Working with the chakras is supposed to activate dormant aspects of our mental capacity. In just a moment, we're going to engage Mulband and feel like we're directing energy up the spine. So as you're doing that, feel like you're directing dormant energy up into your mental capacity, awakening, extending pathways. All right, so here we go. Inhale. Squeeze up on the pelvic floor. Gradually return your head to neutral and even tuck it towards your chest for just a second. The back of your neck stretch out. Relax your breath. Come back to neutral with your head. Eyes are closed. Gaze out with the third eye. Try and feel increased sensation at the brow point. Great. All right. We're going to put our left arm out in front of us and right arm tucked into it, eagle pose. And before we take the legs into the posture, I'm not gonna go at an angle. Go ahead and find your focal point, your drishti. Same thing that we did before. Feel like you're gazing from your third eye. It's like a laser focus. And do your best not to blink. If your arms happen to reach all the way around to where you can engage the palms with each other, then do that. So the left arm is on the bottom, the right arm is on the top. Good. Now start to keep your focus and then start to shift your weight into your left leg. Keep your focus. So with this practice, we're really having to work on our discipline of our gaze. Wrap your right leg around your left. Maybe you have to use your right toes as a little kickstand. Maybe you're a real flexy person and you can get your toes wrapped all the way around your calf. Keep your eagle-like gaze. Once you feel stable, once you've got your gaze locked into your focal point, see how far you can lower yourself down. An eagle can see from hundreds of feet up in the air, tiny little mice scurrying around. Feel like you have an eagle's focus. You may even start to see some visuals as you stay here. The idea with all of the practices that we're doing today are trying to stimulate pineal gland or pituitary gland. And both of those glands help to regulate the entire body. The balancing postures, in addition, work with the cerebellum to create coordination between all the different parts of the body. This is probably the longest you've ever done eagle pose. Hang in there. This is where you start to use your discipline. Keep your focus, keep your focus. Just a bit longer. Good. Push your legs up, separate them. Let your arms come apart. Close your eyes. Breathe in through the spot in between your eyebrows, deeper inside of your head. When you exhale, exhale from inside of your head out through the brow spot. This little line, this passageway is called Mahanadi. Feel like you're breathing in. Energy, prana, from the brow point to the center of your head. Exhale it back out. I've read some teachers talk about the pineal gland like being a transducer for our connection from the physical to the energetic to the universal. All right, let's do eagle pose on the other side. So this time the right arm's going to be on the bottom. Find your focal point. Shift your weight into the left leg. Oh, am I doing this right? Do the opposite of what we just did. Okay, left arm on the bottom. Pull all of your weight into your right leg. Get your drishti, get your focus. Feel the power of your ability to see increase. Go ahead and wrap the legs. Feel your balance. And then lower yourself down as low as you can go. If it works for you, go ahead and work with that Mahanadi now. Inhale, draw energy from your drishti right into your brow point, into the center of your head. Exhale, reverse it out. Another thing that's happening here is that we're working with the interplay of the physical and the energetic. So we're using the physical body to focus our attention at the brow point, but we're also using the brow point, the energy of the sixth chakra to help create stability in our body. All right, very good. Inhale. Straighten the legs, release the arms. Let's continue that focus where we inhale through Brahmaja, through Mahanadi, to the center of the head. Eyes are closed, but gaze upwards as forcefully, as powerfully as you can, as strongly as you can with your eyes. If it helps, you can put one finger at the brow point, gently pressing to help you know where to gaze towards. And take the tongue up into the soft palate, pressing as firmly upwards as you can. Inhale through where your index finger is pressing at the center of your forehead to a spot just above where your tongue is pressing upwards into the soft palate. Exhale, reverse from the soft palate out towards your fingertip. If you can mentally overlay the chanting of Om with both the inhale and the exhale, do that as well. And then relax that. For the next thing, the last couple of weeks we've worked with inversions, really thinking of them in terms of doing something just a little bit each day, increasing the length of time or the more extreme, the upside down nature of the poses. And that is great. Little by little by little, you can make vast improvements over time. Today we're going to approach it slightly differently. We're going to do a sustained inversion. We're going to try and do 3 minutes with our head as far down as we can. So that may look a little bit different than you typically think of an inversion. You might want to be in hare pose. So we've done that the last couple of weeks, where you hold on to your feet, forehead on the floor, and then roll up to the top of your head. You may just want to do something down dog looking. You might be working on headstand, and that's great. If you have some good arm strength, you can also use the wall to help you mitigate some of the pressure that's on your arm. So an example there would be balancing on your forearms. You could come into a down dog shape, and then just use your feet in relationship to the wall to help you hang your head down. All right, so clock is ticking. Pick your posture. Last few seconds. Go ahead and come into a neutral position, possibly resting in child's pose. And then slowly roll yourself up and either come standing on your knees or come standing all the way up. Re-engage with that same drishti you were using before, and let your body enjoy the counter pose of being upside down. All right, then comfortable seated position. We'll do a short series. Again, we're using techniques to help to activate pineal, pituitary, Ajna chakra. So sit any way that you like, and you're going to try and move your forehead up and down. And we'll do that for a few minutes. It is a strange movement, and I hope you haven't just gotten your Botox. So you're trying to simply create sort of a vibration in your forehead from lifting your forehead up and down. And doing your best to let the rest of your face stay still. You'll probably notice that your eyes really instinctively want to just shift upwards, gazing towards the forehead. That's great. As an individual works with activating Ajna chakra, some of the things that might happen are a sense of pressure building up in the head, building up in the brow spot, and you may definitely be experiencing or feeling that pressure from the exercises today, and in particular this one. Last little bit, hang in there. Good. And then relax that. Next one, we're going to do figure 8 movements with our head. You can think about either the tip of the nose being the line that's tracing the figure 8, or you can think about the base of your skull. You just pick one or the other and stick with it. We'll start with dropping the chin towards the chest, and then start your figure 8 movement. Either tracing that infinity symbol with the tip of your nose, or feel like you're tracing it with the base of your skull. Cool. Go really nice and slow with this. Each time that you get to that crossover section at the center of your infinity symbol, your chin's going to be scooping down towards your chest. And it's a lot to ask here, but if you want to put your tongue into Kachari Mudra while you're doing this, go ahead and do so. And I'm really thinking of those whirling dervishes now. The pineal gland has a large concentration of, well, the largest concentration in the body of metals like nickel. And perhaps that is why movements of spinning, of bowing, help to get us into a transcendent state. There's a lot of research about the impact of electromagnetic fields negatively impacting the pineal gland. And I wonder if at some point what we're going to find out is that the pineal gland is capable of its own electromagnetic field through certain movements. A little bit longer. If you need to have your eyes open to keep from getting too dizzy, have your eyes open. Oof, okay. All right. Come to neutral. Then bring your arms out to the sides, make fists of your hands. We're going to start to bring our hands into our shoulders and then back out straight. So get that rhythm going. And your breath will just sink around the movement. Maybe have it be a slightly slower movement than you might start out with naturally. And we'll use the same breathing focus that we did before, where you inhale from the tip of your nose to Bhumaja, the brow point. Exhale it down. If you can have your awareness on two things at the same time, you have awareness of the breath moving from the tip of the nose to the brow point and back down with the exhale. See if you can simultaneously feel a movement, a passageway of energetic stimulation from the base of the spine to the center of the head. One more minute. Use that same mental willpower to control what you're focusing on. Inhale, squeeze mole band. Lift up through the base of your skull, slightly drop your chin, so the movement of energy up the spine is more effortless into the center of the head. Good, relax it all. And then the last thing that we'll do, bring both arms out at like 45-degree angles, totally straight, fingers together, kind of squeeze together a little bit. We're going to do a tiny little no movement of the head as quickly as you can. If you can take the tongue into Kachari Mudra and the eyes into gazing at Brahmaja at the same time, do both of those things. Excellent. Inhale. Redirect energy, dormant energy from the base of the spine all the way up the spine to the center of the head. Feel the capacity of your brain expand. Feel new pathways, new connections, new awareness. Feel the pineal gland connecting to things outside of yourself. Right, relax. Okay, we got a few minutes of relaxing on your back. Make yourself comfortable however you'd like to do your Shavasana. We'll have a little gong playing at the same time. If you like, go ahead and breathe in and out through Brahmaja as you're relaxing on your back. Come up for meditation. We're going to do a variation on Tritaka. So we've done candle gazing for the last couple of weeks. And this time we're going to gaze towards a light. So whatever room you're in, situate yourself to where you're far enough away that you can see a source of light above your head level. You may need to adjust other light so it's slightly darker, or maybe just a regular old ceiling light is fine. We worked just a bit with that relationship between first chakra and sixth chakra. First chakra, the Ida, Pingala, Shushmana all emerge. At sixth chakra, they all rejoin and become just Shushmana. There's other relationships between first and sixth chakra. So if you can, for the meditation, sit so that your one heel or the other is underneath your body, directly below either your prostate or your cervix. Adjust yourself so you can feel your body weight resting down onto your heel and feel the stimulation of your first chakra. All right. So like I said, this is I feel like this is a slightly simpler version of Tritaka. You'll have your hands cupped over your eyes, head slightly downwards. And in this position, we'll look for an after image. And the after image will come from opening, gazing upwards. So the eyes are going to be rolling up in Shambhavi Mudra, even though they're open, gazing towards your light source until such a time as your eyes are fatigued and you need to literally feel like you're drawing that light source into Brahmadya, perhaps even all the way into your head. Focus on the light image. The head is down, slightly down. The palms of the hand cup the eyeballs, and the overlap fingers press into the brow point. Keep visualizing the light, keep visualizing the light. And when you can no longer see the after image, open the hands, open the eyes, gaze upwards. Use Shambhavi Mudra. And when the fatigue of your physical eyes sets in, go ahead and close them back down. Gaze at the after image. You can enhance the practice by mentally chanting Om. And the Om will feel like it's being emitted by that after image. And you may even be able to feel a natural pulsation that arises from that after image. Interestingly, that pulsation is there's a correlation between that and the theta brainwave state. If you feel that pulsation with the eyes open, you can continue to mentally chant Om with the eyes open as well. When the Sufis are spinning or dancing, they spin at the same rate as that natural pulsation of Ajna chakra. The pulsating rhythm of theta brainwave state. The next time that you open your eyes and raise your head upwards towards the light, close your eyes, take your eyes up into Shambhavi Mudra. If it helps you to put a finger pressing at the brow point, do that. Gaze upwards, gaze upwards, gaze upwards. The tongue can press upwards if you like. And your head is tipped back a bit. Have a light and steady engagement of Mul Bandh. Awareness of Mul Bandh from where the heel is pressing upwards. And now relax the eyes, relax everything, sit quietly. And feel that you have insight into the underlying nature of existence, of your existence, of all existence. Feel as though the center of your mind can cut through all the noise, all the chatter, all the distraction. It reminds me of when like a loud engine's been running continually and then it suddenly turns off and there's this just overwhelming sense of peacefulness. Kind of like having the president's Instagram or Twitter account closed. Find that still spot. With this insight, oftentimes things in the past come into perspective. There's a sense of things making sense, things that were Things in the future making sense, things in the past making sense. All right, enjoy this peace of mind throughout the week. To the extent that you can, please try and practice some component of this or what we did in the last 2 weeks each day. And learn to recognize what this feeling is like, and that will help you to use your intuition in making decisions, in knowing what to do next, in finding the right path for yourself. Let's bring our hands together and chant Satnam once. Deep inhale. Let's bow to the insight that's innate in each of us. Satnam. Namaste. See you soon.